So Frida, maybe, just another thought. When is it the right time for someone to seriously consider a bankruptcy?
Again, that's going to vary from one person to the other. I think that once they've made an informed decision, move forward. But to get to that, you need to do your homework, and you need to understand that there are pros and cons to the options. So step number one is to seek the information and understand, does it make sense to proceed with a consumer proposal to restructure and consolidate your debt, or does bankruptcy make sense? So talking it out with an insolvency trustee, first of all, to understand, as I said, the pros and cons, understand how it impacts, your income, how it impacts your assets, and how it impacts your credit rating. So you have to have these questions answered before you commit to moving forward with the process. So it's about being fully informed and understanding, look, is my situation temporary right now? If it is a temporary, for example, temporary layoff, and you're going to be back into earning your regular income, perhaps this is a temporary hiccup right now, and you can avoid having to go down a bankruptcy or proposal path. Those are things that you need to explore as well. Is this really just temporary, or is it something you're going to need even after the pandemic passes?
Yeah, look, it's great advice that you're giving, and I think right now, what I'm saying to people is make sure that if that's the option that you feel is the best one for you, that you've really informed yourself well, taking into consideration kind of the short term, the medium term, and the long term in your personal situation, because I think you just want to understand what the immediate, medium, and long term implications are of filing a bankruptcy. And I think that there will be a lot of people who would never have imagined that they would ever be even thinking about a bankruptcy, because they've done, they've had good jobs, they've done a great job of managing their debt over the years, but they've never imagined that they would find themselves in a situation where they've lost their job because of a pandemic. And for those people, I think it's really going to be important to make sure that they do understand, it can be a very, very good option. And likewise, a consumer proposal can be a fantastic option depending upon your circumstances. But I would certainly tell people not to panic and go file bankruptcy either. I mean, it's really about understanding, what do I think my prospects look like for being able to earn an income and continue to manage my bills and my debt payments and so on. And don't think that a bankruptcy is the best solution for you, because it actually may not be.
Exactly.
But it also might be too, right?
Right.
And what I would anticipate is that there would be an awful lot of people who are going to be seriously looking at this option. And I just want to make sure that they do it at the right time in their journey, and that they do it, soon enough to understand. But I would encourage people to inform themselves sooner than later about the options that are available. Because if you have some early warning signs right now that says, "Oh man, I'm not going to be able to pay my bills," or I have to, take advantage of a deferral program with my mortgage, I think it's the best time to actually talk with someone like a licensed insolvency trustee, just to understand what that process looks like, what the implications would be, and what it would mean to you as an individual based upon your current situation. And you may, from understanding that information, you may determine that it's not really a great option for you. It doesn't make sense for you to even consider it. But you also may determine that, maybe it is something that you would consider, next week, next month, 6 months from now as well. The whole point is just get informed, like really understand how this works. And the best time that you can do it is when you possibly have more options in front of you, and that you're not in that in a hurry or in a panic to file for a bankruptcy.